Hey everybody, this is Cheryl, and this is my prepping video for this week. Yeah, we are outside. Let me show you here real quick. And you're not going to be able to see it very well, but that's the front of my house. Now, the reason for this video is because Huples cat, EPL, done a video. And I'm going to link that video up in my description box. But he done a video about bugging out at night. And he talked about how you need to know your area. You need to know the terrain. You need to know different routes you can take. And he talked about what you need to do to kind of get ready for that. And sorry about that, I've got a car coming this way. And that's very strange. Anyway, I thought, it makes a lot of sense, and it's something that we actually have practiced quite a bit. We spend a lot of time walking at night. There's been plenty of times that we've had to walk for better than 2 miles after dark. And I thought, I'm going to get out here and I'm going to show you all what it's like in my trailer park. Now, it's unusual having a car come through this late. But as you can see, I'm walking down, this is the road that circles in my trailer park. And as you can see, it's pitch black. That's somebody's yard, okay? You can see the tiny little glows from their house light. But that's pitch black. What you're looking at right now is a barn with trees around it. You can't even see it. Okay? Now, there are a few street lights. You can see one way over there. And you can see, if you look really closely, some porch lights. And back there's a street light. Back there's where our trailer is. If we did not know this road, if we did not know where we were walking and what kind of terrain we was walking on, and it'd be this dark and not have any lights, say we didn't have any flashlights or lanterns or whatever, and we had to walk. Imagine what it'd be like to have to walk through that. You need to get out there. You need to know your terrain, because in a situation where you had to bug out an emergency, you need to be able to deal with that. Now, we have the added problem, and I know you're not going to be able to see him. Back here is Brandon. Come on, just take it easy. Brandon has problems with balance, and he has cerebral palsy, and I know you can't see it, but we're actually walking on gravel, and it's not just small gravel. This is big rocked gravel, and over in that area is grass with a little hill. Brandon negotiating that is difficult. But we know this area. We walk this area all the time. And because we are familiar with it, we don't have an issue with walking it at night. And we know our area, I would say within about a 7-mile radius of walking, we know our area very well. We know where we need to go. We know spots where we can take shortcuts. We know where we can duck down if we had to hide out for a minute or something. We know our area. We know our area because we get out there and we do that. We check it out. We walk it, and we're very, very familiar with it. So the whole point of my video is I'm issuing a challenge to everyone. And this is my challenge. I want you to do two things. The first thing I want you to do is I want you to shut off every single light in your house. I mean, I want it pitch black. No cheating and putting the light above your stove on, or a night light. I want you to shut off every single light in your house. And I want you to be able to select an item, any item in your house, and go to that item, walking in pitch black, and be able to go retrieve that item. And you can't have this, bedside, I'm going to go for my bedside and reach over to the bedside and get it. No, I want it in the farthest spot from where you're at. Because here's the thing, I can walk through my entire house and find anything I need in pitch black. I've done it. I've done it countless times. I check on locked doors and the animals and my kids. I check on them in pitch black. I do it all the time. I want to see if you can do that. Can you walk through your pitch black house and be able to find an item without any problems? No light, no sneaking a lighter or a little flashlight. Nope, pitch black. The other thing I want you to do is I want you to walk your neighborhood at night. Do you know your neighborhood? Do you know your terrain? Do you know how you can get out safely if you had to? How well do you know how to get from your home to the nearest store in the pitch black? How can you do that? Can you do that? So I'm challenging everybody, and I know some of you have some issues with health issues or whatever, but what would you do? How would you deal with that if you had to leave in pitch black? And, it's important to know these, at least think about these things. At least think about them. So we're headed back up to the house. It's late and we're all tired, but I waited until it was like really pitch black to do this because I wanted to make a very important point about it. Like I said, Brendan has issues with this, but he done it too, to prove a point. To prove the point that, yeah, even he can do this if you know your terrain. So I'm going to link up Huples' cat, his video. It was actually a fun video because he was drunk when he done it. I loved it. But that proved another point. He was hindered and still knew his way around. He was hindered, still knew where to go, how to get there, and what was safe and what wasn't. Here's Brandon. He's hindered, but he can still do it. Can you do it? So that's my prepping video for this week. Do you know your terrain? Do you know how to get around? Do you know your safe spots? Do you know the shortcuts? Let's see how well everybody does. Check it out. Huples Cat's video. Check out your terrain. Do a video on it. I'd love to see it. If you do a video on it, link it up so I can see your videos. You don't have to. You can just tell me about it or in the comments. It'd be interesting to know how well are you prepared if you had to sit out on foot at night. All right, y'all have a good night. Bye.